This is Melissa with the Googly Eyed Tarot, and welcome to my very first video in the Tarot YouTube community. And I know I am super duper late, but I was on vacation all month in January and didn't have access to the internet a lot, so I wanted to participate in Ethnie's 31 Days of Tarot. So this is my very first attempt at doing that. And the first prompt is two-card reading for 2019. What are the two cards and what energies are they bringing to your year? So I thought I would use one of my go-to decks for things like this. It's my Shadowscapes Tarot. This deck has been with me for a very, 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 very long time. This is the first deck I actually tried to edge with moderate success. It needs to be maybe retouched a little bit. Yeah, this deck has been riding around in my bag forever, and I need to get a new one because I've spilled things on this and some of the cards are very damaged, but I just can't throw it away because it's one of my soul decks. And I came in a very pretty bag that a dear friend of mine made for me that I always keep it in. So I'm gonna do a quick bit of shuffling. Let's see, there's this poor deck. I have been debating whether or not to get a new copy. I don't read for people with this deck. This is strictly a deck I use for myself. That's probably why I decided to use it for this video. Oops. So let's take a look. So our first is Death. I love the Shadowscapes interpretation of this particular card because Death, I don't see Death as a scary card. I see it as an ending of something, a beginning of something else, a transition period, a transformation period. That's why I think the Phoenix is such a great symbol for this card in this deck. It's actually my very favorite card in the deck because I'm a Scorpio, and the Phoenix is one of the alternate symbols of Scorpio, hopefully I researched that correctly. But Death is about rising up from the ashes. And for me, this year, especially at the beginning, has been about rising up from the ashes of bad habits, wanting to close this chapter of my 20s and move into my 30s with an open heart and a new sense of purpose and a new beginning. So this card coming up in this deck makes complete and perfect sense to me. And the second card is, I always like to shuffle when I pull another card. I think that's one of the reasons why I really like tarot, is I love the tactile sensation of handling cards. I like the sound of the shuffling of the cards. So our second card is the Two of Cups. Move that over a little bit. It's the Two of Cups. And so for me, that would mean I don't see it as the starting of a new romantic relationship immediately for me. it might be that, but I see the Two of Cups more as energy of new friendships, of profound sharing, being more open with people, being more emotionally open, which is something I definitely need to work on, and being open to love and having those emotions come into my life. So who knows? Maybe I will find love or true love or the love of my life this year. I don't know. That sounds like such a horrible cliche to me. But 2 is also about duality and balance, which is something I am totally searching for right now. Balance in how I'm living my life. So to me, the Two of Cups actually makes a lot of sense. So those are my 2 cards for 2019. Thanks for hanging out and listening to me ramble. I will see you next time. Bye!